2008, we were in the middle of 2 wars and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. Today, our businesses have created nearly 5.5 million new jobs.
He said he was going to lower the unemployment rate down to 5.2% right now. Today, we learned that it's actually 7.9%, and that's 9 million jobs short of what he promised.
So what is the truth behind these latest numbers? Let's ask Charles Payne from the Fox Business Network. Thank you for joining us. So good news or bad news? How does this all shake out?
It's overall is bad news for America with respect to what we should be generating, what we can generate, and what we have generated in terms of the past. If you look at it more on a micro level, 171,000 certainly is an improvement, but overall, the whole jobs picture is really still pretty abysmal.
What we really need is 250,000
at a minimum. At a minimum. So when you start to celebrate 171,000, the curious reaction was the stock market, which initially, because this number was better than expected, the market was up a little bit, and then it crashed. It went a lot lower, and I thought that was a pretty interesting sign. And here's the bottom line. Let's talk about true unemployment, what the real unemployment picture is, because that whole 7.9% thing is a little bit skewed. This is the magic number that Mitt Romney talked about in the first debate that really propelled him into, to this tie with the president. Official unemployed, 12 million people. People working part-time, but they don't want to work part-time, over 8 million. And people marginally attached. They're not really actively looking for a job. If someone called them up, they run out in a heartbeat, 23 million. Layer on top of that, in the last 4 years, 8 million people who have actually quit the jobs market. And that's where you get the unemployment number being somewhat skewed. My proposal really is that eventually I'd like us to have one set number that we match, like at 65.5% unemployment participation rate. If that were the case, the unemployment number, the official number would be something like 10.5%, 11%.
Yeah.
So, it's still abysmal. Then within the numbers, Heather, there's some things that really
break it down within the numbers. What you're most concerned about?
I tell you what bothered me a lot. Black unemployment went up a whole percentage point, just about 14.3% from 13.4 in a single month. That's really, really bad stuff. Women who fought in a Gulf War in the last, 10 years, their unemployment rate is almost 20%. A year ago, it was less than 15%. These are troubling, sort of trends. The best news is that college unemployment is that if you have a bachelor's degree, 3.8%. But other than that, it's pretty abysmal for the country.
And the rate when President Obama took office was 7.8%.
Right.
And he promised one term, or he said that it should be one term if he didn't reach his goals. Made a lot of promises. And again,
what really bothers me so much is the participation rate is so much lower than when he took office. Officially, we're way off the mark. We are near 11% unemployment if you use even the numbers of how many people were looking for a job. Now, that's the good news, by the way. More people did come into the jobs market. Now, the better news is if they can start finding jobs.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles Payne. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We appreciate it.